Hi, this is Linda Welsh from Linda Welsh Realty Group at Compass. Wanted to talk to you today about buying a home in Austin. So buying a home in Austin is exciting, but the price you see online is not the real number you need to budget for. A lot of buyers focus on the down payment and the monthly mortgage payment, but then they forget or they're surprised by inspection fees, closing costs, property taxes, HOA dues, utility setup, repairs, and insurance. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the hidden costs of buying a home in Austin, Texas, so you can plan ahead, avoid those surprises, and feel confident before you make an offer. Number one, closing costs are more than just the down payment. The first hidden cost is your closing costs. In Austin, buyers commonly need to budget for lender fees, appraisal fees, title-related fees, escrow items, recording fees, prepaid insurance, and prepaid property taxes. Now, just to keep this clear for you, when you close on a house, you are going to be credited for that portion of the year that the seller has owned the house on the property taxes, because in Texas, property taxes are paid in arrears. So keep that in mind. The time of year you close on a house may have an impact on how much you need to save for your property taxes for that year. Some local estimates put buyer closing costs around 1.7% of the purchase price, though the actual number depends on your loan, your price point, your lender, and like we just talked about, your timing. So for example, if you're buying a $500,000 home, you shouldn't only be thinking about your down payment. You may also need several $1,000s available for closing costs and prepaid expenses. And here's where buyers can get caught off guard. Some costs are negotiable, and some are not. Your lender fees, a rate buy-down option, and certain title or escrow costs may vary, and who can pay for them may vary. But things like prepaid taxes, insurance, and government recording fees are usually part of the process. That's why I always recommend getting a detailed loan estimate early and then reviewing it with your agent and lender before you write an offer. Number two, property taxes can change your monthly payment. The second hidden cost is property taxes. This is one of the biggest issues buyers need to understand in Austin. The tax amount you see online may be based on the previous owner's exemptions, previous assessed value, or on an outdated estimate. After you buy the home, the taxable value and escrow estimate may change. This is actually why we always talk to people about protesting their taxes each year. Texas does offer a residence homestead exemption. That's for your main home. According to the Texas Comptroller, school districts are required to provide a $140,000 residence homestead exemption, and other taxing units may offer additional local exemptions. There are also some exemptions for disability, things of that sort. That can help, but you still need to file for the exemption and understand what your tax bill may look like after the purchase. Now keep in mind, if there was a homestead exemption in place when you purchase, you will have that for the rest of that year, but you will need to apply for it the following year, so you should do it as soon after your closing as possible. Here's the key takeaway. Don't rely only on the seller's current tax bill when deciding whether you can afford the home. Ask your lender or agent to help estimate the taxes based on your expected purchase price. That will give you a much more realistic idea of your monthly payment. Number three, don't forget HOA, insurance, utilities, and repairs. Now, not all neighborhoods have an HOA, but many do in Austin, Texas. The third hidden cost is everything that happens after you close. Depending on where you buy in Austin, you may have those HOA dues. Some single-family neighborhoods have modest HOA fees, while condos, townhomes, and master plan communities can be much higher, especially if they include pools and gyms, landscaping, security, or shared amenities. Then there's homeowners insurance. Premiums can vary based on the age of the home, the roof condition, the location, claims history, and coverage level. And by the way, a big issue now is how many trees you have on your property, because there's always a risk of fire anytime there's a lot of trees around. If you're buying an older home in Austin, this is something you want quoted early, not 2 days before closing. Utilities are another one. Austin Energy and City of Austin utility rates and fees have changed for fiscal year 2026, with the city noting an average increase of about $9.54 per month for residential customers with all utility services. That may not sound huge by itself, but when you add in electricity, water, wastewater, trash pickup, internet, lawn care, pest control, routine maintenance, maybe pool care, the monthly cost of owning can be very different from renting. And finally, repairs. Even if the home looks great, you should budget for inspection items, immediate fixes, and future maintenance. In Austin, common things buyers should pay attention to include the roof, the HVAC system, foundation movement, drainage, windows, plumbing repairs, and tree maintenance. A home inspection is not just a formality, it's your chance to understand what you're really buying. So, what are the hidden costs when buying a home in Austin? It's not just the down payment. You need to plan for closing costs, property taxes, insurance, HOA dues if there are any, utilities, your inspections before you close, repairs, and ongoing maintenance. The best thing you can do is build a realistic budget before you start making offers so you know exactly what price range actually fits your life. If you're thinking about buying a home in Austin and want help estimating the true cost, not just the list price, I'd be happy to walk you through it. Reach out and let's put together a clear buying plan before you start shopping.